And from the incredible South Point Plaza here in Las Vegas, we got the handicap division title match to wrap up a really entertaining weekend of JBT competition here. Doubles yesterday was wacky in the stepladder finals. We've had some wacky action here, highlighted by the previous match in this handicap division as Brett McEachern, who is that guy who is Cameron's opponent, won a tiebreaker against newcomer Justin Dormuth to get to this title match, as Chris leaves a 5-7 there in the 6th frame. And won that tiebreaker, while this person, Leanna Orlando, finished 3rd after having won the women's series title today earlier over Rachel Berg. Big turnout in the handicap division as well, 63 entries today. So we had a top 8 stepladder. It was all Dormuth previous to that. He beat Matt Baker and Avery Domagin in round 1. He beat Rachel Zaney and Darius Allo in round 2, which also looked for all the world like it was going to be a tie, but Darius had a short count on his fill ball. Seen that a couple times this weekend. This is close. Yeah! That's a great 5-7 conversion from Chris there in the 6th frame. Nicely done, young man. It's obvious to me why we're, well, two reasons why it's obvious to me we're seeing Cameron in the title match. First of all, his little brother Brandon outshone him last week out in California, and Cameron said he'll have no more of that. Time for Big Brother to take the spotlight. And part 2, of course, obviously, his initials are CC after Sorel Cardenas won the handicap division. Ran away with the handicap division yesterday. It's another CC bowling for the handicap title this time, and that's way out there, but that's all right on Boardwalk. That's a beautiful shot. Boardwalk is a 35-foot short sport pattern. Ideally, you want to break point very far to the right as you can control it. Saw the scratch bowlers do that masterfully in the step ladders. Their scores were much higher than the day would indicate. Scores have been much more tame over here in the handicap division. Now McEachern, more of a beginning bowler, doesn't have much rev rate yet, so he's not as affected by these lane conditions. He's doing essentially what he does most of the time, which is pretty straight, a little bit of a point off the corner. So on a day like yesterday, when you have a strike fest, it's hard for him to keep up because his scores aren't in general going to have as much of the variance than some other folks. Now, variance doesn't matter when you hit that real dark blue board over there to the right. Open frame in the 7th for him. That's his 3rd open in the last 4 frames, and he's only getting 16 pins a handicap. So Chris up now by 29 and giving 14, so overall he's up by 15. Let's see if Brett can recover here in the 8th. Another high hit, another cluster spare he's going to have to shoot at. There's the other Chris. There he was. Very good. So he finished top 10 last week and got his hair cut. Cameron's already got his hair that length. I don't know what could happen then. It's a pretty good shot at the spare from Brett. Got it. Nicely done. The beautiful South Point Bowling Plaza, a 2-sided 60-lane center with these giant screens here. What a treat and privilege it is to have this center, be allowed to bowl here. Mike Maniak and the whole crew there. Much appreciated. This really cool stadium seating. Pretty decent amount of people waiting, still sticking around late on a Sunday night here to see who wins our last titles of the weekend. Chris, after that beautiful split conversion, struck in the 7th, looking to consolidate in the 8th. Turns a difficult spare into a pretty simple one there with only the 2-pin. He's got a bit of the poker face going on. He looks like he's just out for a little practice session on a Sunday afternoon. Instead, he's bowling for his first title. Finished runner-up once. That was his career high finish, so someone's winning their first here. Rocking that Vegas-oriented JBT shirt, one of our favorites. Pick it up, merchandise section still available. Here, click that thumb hole. Whoa, and doesn't hook over enough. Well, forget poker face, now he just looks nonplussed. Non-minus, non-happy. Well, 110 for Brett theoretical on that spare, 137 for Cameron, so he leads by 27, gives back 14, so it's still a 13-pin lead overall, which means he's obviously still in control here. Let's see if he can fill some frames up in the 9th and 10th. Here's the 9th. Another good ball, and I will no longer call this relatively simple since he missed the last 2-pin. See if he learned his lesson and picks up this single pin spare this time. Uh-oh. Brandon's back, Noah's back, all the tall kids are back now watching the end of this. Any age, any average. 8-year-old Avery tearing them up. Brand new bowler Justin finished 4th. Still elects to hook it at the 2. And boy, this time just barely gets over there. My goodness. Whiffed it. Yeah, there's the reaction. Whiffed it to the right last time, and by a whisker or 2 makes it this time. My goodness. Well, opportunity for McEachern here. Got his spare working in the 8th. When you're going against an untested bowler, you want to just put as much pressure as you can on him. Of course, Brett untested himself this far in a JBT event, so interesting scenario here. Very nice shot for him. Another 9 count, relatively simple spare, gets just about maximum credit off the spare in the last frame. Makes this, we're going to be down to the 10th. Misses this. Chris is well in the driver's seat. Nicely done. So now it's 14 pins because he lost that 1 pin account off the spare heading into the 10th. Anybody's game who can perform in the clutch after a long, tiring weekend. Just come up with your best shot you can here at the very end. And didn't he ever? My goodness. Beautiful strike from Brett. 10 in the pit. Wow. It's a great time for that. He was just as good in 10th frame, Brett. He was just as good in the tiebreaker that he won 61 to 44 over Dormuth in the semifinals to get there. Try that lane. There we go. Get these rookies in here. They don't even know what the 10th frame's all about. Crying out loud. Here we go. Excellent shot. Just kind of want to attack that head pin and see what you get at that point. Double would have been great, but I'm going to finish up with 149 with the spare if I finally figured out how these machines add. I'll wait for the screen to actually tell me that. Yes, 149 plus the 56 handicap. That's a 205. The camera needs 166 to win. One filled frame away from your first career JBT title. Man, really nice shot. Well, guess what, folks? Everything in his JBT career rides on this one shot. If he misses it, we have a tie, and we'll go to a 2-frame roll-up for the title. And why not have one more tie? We've had 3 ties in the stepladders this weekend. If I understand how these add, and these screens, I want to get a shot of it right now, are tough. He misses this for 205, and a 2-frame roll-off would ensue. And he got it! It was a miss. It was a tie if he missed it. He's got enough if he throws it in the gutter right now. Cameron Chris is a brand new JBT champion. I can't, no offense at all to Cameron, but I can't believe he made it because we've had so many darn ties this weekend. Tie for the scratch title yesterday, tie in the last game. Everything in the universe was shaping up for another tie right there, but Chris said, "We shall not tie. We shall all go home. That is enough bowling." And that's a winner. Cameron Chris. The 9 is plenty. Don't worry about that 9 count, young man. You just got that win. 215 to 205 is your final score. Big little brother loves it. Isn't that nice for once? There we go. Take note there, brothers and sisters of America. That's what it's supposed to be like. There you go. Good stuff out of these guys. We will do it all over again in 5 days in El Paso, Texas, where I expect to see all those people. We'll see you there.